My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is respecting the self. You know, we hear a lot in this realm about self-respect, self-love, self-respect, self-care. Those are words, in my experience, that are thrown around a bunch, but not always followed up with a lot of ways to actualize this. It's been my experience in a wide variety of the spiritual and metaphysical books and texts that I've studied throughout my life, that many of them will point to, love yourself. One of the ways you love yourself is you respect yourself. You honor yourself. You honor your temple, as Heather Feather would say. You practice self-care. I really have been considering, just as we did a video recently on trusting the self, why is it that so many two-leggeds do not respect themselves? And I think that it's kind of in the same vein of reason, but there's kind of like two different ways that respecting the self becomes challenging. The first reason that I see that it becomes difficult to respect the self is you're lying to yourself all the time. And both reasons are about you lying to yourself. But this first reason is because I want you to think about how often you speak ugly to you, that you speak ill of yourself. That was stupid, or, I don't think I'm strong enough, or you're telling yourself that you are not good enough, not lovable, not worthy, that person's dysfunction and poison offering and their engagement with you is validation as to why you're unlovable. And that's simply a lie. You are not now, nor have you ever been, nor will you ever be unlovable. Now, for a two-legged's heart, I would say there are a lot of things that a two-legged can look at and be like, well, that's unlovable. That's unlovable. We like to spend a lot of time doing that. Well, that over there was unlovable. Certainly don't love that, And the good Lord knows Heather has spent plenty of hours, countless wasted hours, trying to tell Spirit what I don't like or what I want to judge. The more I age, now at 45, the more I understand my work here is to never judge. My work at Earth School is to never judge. It's not my place to judge something. First of all, I don't know the first thing about anything that I'm looking at. I barely know myself. And that's true of most two-leggeds that I meet. You barely know yourself. Like, how much are you running from yourself through shopping, food addiction, alcohol, drugs? What's your method? An emotional abuser, whatever it is you're doing to run away from really connecting from your feelings, that has to do with that foundational root belief that you are unlovable and you are unworthy of love. So all that stems from judgment of the self, attacking the self. And that is false. So one of the things that would need to happen for us to get to a place where we can really respect ourselves is we would need to speak respectfully to ourselves. We would need to clean up our inner dialogue. So we would need to take total responsibility, total awareness, total consciousness, total intent to be attentive to when we are speaking in an ugly way towards the self. Now, these thoughts that trickle into our mind throughout the day by our own design and holding them again and again, they start to become our way. You may think, how will I stop that? Well, you have to choose to become super aware. To become super aware, you might want to take a look at your social media, how much you're engaging with it. I know you're engaging with it right now to see this. And I will always encourage two-leggeds. Never watch another video of mine until the end of time if you can give yourself your undivided attention to serve you and your vision and your dreams and your timeline. By all means, do that first. By all means, do that instead. But in order for your attention to be able to change those words and the way you speak to yourself and the way you speak to your temple, you would then need to become commander of your attention. And technology, if you ever think of those boots on a car, sometimes a car parks in the wrong spot and someone will come and put a boot on it so you can't drive your car away. That's kind of how I view technology. It's like your body is like a car freely able to roam Route 66, where I live right next to Route 66 here in Albuquerque. Roam the world, roam the lands. And technology is a boot you place on your car. It collapses you into a device that becomes the programming of your mind and your attention. And a lot of that programming can be relatively negativistic as well. You know, a lot of violence, a lot of horror, a lot of really, really dark consciousness. You know, zombies are like half the things I watch. It's like, okay, this was fun, and then it became like a horror, as Bailey Sarian would say, horror show out of nowhere. So what we put in our minds is an important thing to consider. Teach their own. I'm not right about what you should or should not watch, and I'm not shitting on you. I'm just saying it's important to note, where are you placing your attention? Because if you're going to focus up on your star player and you're going to be attentive to when you're speaking ugly and lying to your inner temple, then you would need to make sure your attention is present. And so we might want to garner some of our attention back, you know? Instead of watching this TV show, first I'm going to, for 5 minutes, sit and think about, did I have any negative thoughts with myself today? Yeah, that's right. I got mad at that guy and then mad at myself for getting mad at that guy earlier when I was driving, or whatever it is. And then you just clean up the work. I'm allowed to learn. I forgive myself. I'm allowed to learn. I forgive myself. The second pathway, the second diversion on that respecting the self topic also has to do with lying to yourself. But this is not about lying to yourself around talking ugly to your sacred temple of a two-legged that you inhabit, your home called your body. This has to do with making commitments that you don't keep. You don't keep your word to yourself. You tell yourself, I'm going to get fit, and then you don't go change your diet or exercise. You tell yourself, I'm going to learn to play guitar, and then you don't keep your word to yourself. You tell yourself, I'm going to stop taking care of everybody else, and I'm going to take care of myself. And then you continue to say yes to go help your friend move and to go take care of Sally Sue's problem or whatever. So the second way that I see that self-respect can be a difficult thing to have and to hold and to walk with in this world is to make commitments to yourself, but lie and to keep doing that. So one of the things in the past couple of years that I've done is I've started making lists of my many desires. They are vast. It is a long list. But I get to them one at a time. So now I don't have to hold this in my mind of like, I'm going to do this one day. I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to do that one day. I just have a list of what I'm going to do. You can actually make a really colorful, beautiful one. And if you're an artist, you can put some art on it. And you just put it on a door somewhere. And you pick one item because it requires focused attention for us to fold something in to our lives. If you're making a pastry, if you're making a croissant, you need to pay attention as you fold that puff pastry to make the pastry buttery, flaky, and delicious. So we focus up. We focus up on one item on the list and we go, yeah, the thing I've been saying the most to myself is I'm going to, go back to school, or I'm going to get fit, or I'm going to, stop drinking these monsters all the time, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I'm not here to judge your list. We all have different lists. So then you just make that list of what your intentions are. Try to kind of prioritize it with most important at the top, the things you say the most to yourself that you don't commit to. And then here's the key ingredient. You don't go from 0 to 100 on the list. Let's say you want to be an artist that has major shows that are curated in a gala where everybody comes and everybody knows your name. So that's cool. That's a great vision. That's a great dream. That's a great desire. I highly recommend pursuing that vision for yourself, seeding that dream and feeding that dream. And what I would say the place to begin then would be, I'm going to produce a little art every week. I'm going to intend that at the end of every week, I will have produced, I'm going to start with miniatures. I had a period in my life when I was trying to express unconditional love, and I started making miniature paintings for everyone I worked with, just to here, I love you. I see you. I don't, so it doesn't even have to be we always want to go so big, and then we just want to go home because it feels too large to get the job done. So you just go small. So, okay, I said I was going to eat healthier. Okay, well, let's not try and reinvent the wheel in a day. Let's just add a sweet potato, and some pasture-raised chicken or whatever it is, or some beautiful vegan meal, whatever your matrix is, whether you're supporting soil health or, you're supporting lack of methane, from cow toots, whatever that is, whatever it is that you're doing with your diet already that may already be a gift to the world. Just pick one day. This is what my sister calls the addition method. Add in something healthy in your week that you eat. Use the MyFitnessPal app. You could join a program, which I've mentioned. My friend Camilla, she's on Instagram. She has her own fitness program and very powerful offerings from this woman. I joined her program for 2 months. I lost 15 pounds and then I was in a rhythm, I was able to join her program for 2 months, lose 15 pounds, and get myself in a rhythm where I work out 7 days a week and I count my calories. Now I have moments, I've done a lot of travel this month, where I might go, for this wedding, I'm going to have some gluten, which I'm allergic to, or I'm going to not exercise today because we're focused on the wedding. But I'm very devoted and committed because I decided fitness is one of the things that adds to my sense of energy, health, overall vitality, self-love, self-care, self-worthiness. I'm worthy of caring for my temple. So I made that a priority. So I'm not going to try to do everything on the list at once. I'm not going to become the prolific painter or the magical college owner I want to be in this now. It's on the list. That list is there. I don't have to hold it in mind. I just, one at a time, start knocking things off the list by slowly adding to my life more of that delicious nectar of what it is I say I want. And I got to tell you, when you start doing that, you really start to respect yourself because you're like, I did start choosing one healthy meal every week. And, I'm really now starting to crave this. We're going to do this 2 nights a week. I'm really craving that, Tonight I made, I had Mikey's turmeric, like cauliflower taco shells, soft taco shells, because I don't do gluten and turmeric is a good anti-inflammatory. I had kale with almonds and some avocado, ginger dressing. And I had some green chili salsa because I'm straight up in Albuquerque and I love that business. And I made myself these beautiful little simple tacos and they were delicious. They were so easy to make. Use that Mary's pasture raised chicken that I know is contributing to soil health and pulling carbon monoxide out of the air and making a difference. Just saving the earth, eating tacos, everybody. So we just do it one thing at a time, one step at a time. Two-leggeds tend to want to jump to the top of the mountain. I know I certainly have had that spirit throughout my life. And what I was shown today, I had a past life hypnosis session, is just that once you decide to get to the top of the mountain, every step you take leads you that direction. Just take the steps. Martin Luther King would say that. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the next step. So one way we can respect ourselves is to stop lying to ourselves by speaking ugly to ourselves. I don't speak ugly to a bird. I don't speak ugly to a cloud. I don't speak ugly to the water or to the bee or to the flower, even if it's lost a petal or even if its thorn pricks me. Why would I speak ugly to myself? Why would that be merited as a practice? So we clean up the way we speak to ourselves, and then we keep our word to ourselves. We keep our word. And one of the facets of that is important to know is that you should never give your word to something that is a no. So that means we need to stop before we commit to anything. So you may really want to help your friend Sally Joe move, or you may really, want to help Tawanda get that new pair of shoes, and you said you'd go shopping with her, but you need to check in and say, is this a yes or a no for me right now? If it's a no, you need to say, I'm so sorry. It was a yes when you asked me 2 weeks ago, but now it's a no. For me, because I never know what my mood is going to be as an INFJ, I don't commit lightly anymore. It's always like, maybe. Feel free to ask me day of. We'll see where I'm at. You know what I mean? My job as a self-employed business owner requires a lot of devotional commitment to my clients. So maybe I'll feel like doing that. You're welcome to check in with me when that opportunity time comes up, and we'll see how I feel in the moment. That's the freedom I give myself. Give yourself that freedom. You deserve to respect your beautiful, sacred self, you lovely, beautiful being. Blessed be.